when are we going to admit that we created a podcast network so we could just play games all the time? Yeah, kind of hang out all together.
Yeah,
pretty much. And now we've roped these two into it.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Join us.
Sometimes. I'm always ready. Anytime.
I do legitimately wonder, like, how different it would be if we weren't, like, recording it. Because we wouldn't have to be on. You know?
I feel like it'd be so much more chaos. Absolute chaos energy.
So inappropriate.
Also,
Y'all
our
don't
games
even know
would
what I
never
cut.
progress anywhere.
Yeah, you have no idea. I cut out, I guarantee you, I cut it out. I cut out a whole conversation about cyberpunk character customization that was very inappropriate in the last episode.
Yeah.
So, y'all have no idea.
You're lying because you haven't done that yet.
I'm speaking as present Marlo, speaking about what future Marlo is gonna do.
You're speaking as Marlo speaking from the past in the future.
So it'd be like, you know...
Present Marlo speaking in the future from the past. There you go.
You know...
Oh, God, I'm my own grandpa, y'all.
Oh, that's just weird.
Hello, friends. I'm Occam, and you're listening to Sins of the Father. It's just gonna be me ranting. That's what it's gonna be. 'Cause that's usually what our stingers are, is whoever rants for the day.
Hey, well, there's better ones than, like, what was some of the previous things? Like, Pyramid Head has a dump truck ass.
What'd he do, though?
But you
forgot about that one. Oh, God.
In Dead by Daylight, I'm a Pyramid Head man. I bring the cake everywhere.
You play Dead by Daylight for the plot.
The plot. Pyramid Head ass.
Oh God, is this Pyramid Head dumpy? Yeah, it is. There it is.
It gets faster. Oh my God, I didn't know that when
I play Dead by Daylight to run towards the hot killers. That's it.
Yes.
Okay, anybody that like saying in the audience, typo, if you need help, blink. I am blinking. I am blinking so hard.
It's not. He's lying to you, audience. He is just open-eyed. Just no blinks are happening right now. Trust me, I will not
audio
deceive
only medium.
you.
Don't lie to them.
Typo has no eyelids. He cannot.
I will
blink.
not deceive you.
Lizard people.
So.
Yeah. So anyway, Yvalia had some questions she was about to raise before we left off.
I have questions.
Can I also do my nature roll?
Yes, you rolled the...
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you have questions. I have nature.
I have nature.
Just before that role-playing thing, yes, as a side note, you have dealt with and heard tales about this kind of corrupted, tainted magic encountered in the Feywild, including what used to be called the Trove of the Iron Tyrant. Totally not a plug.
Name drop!
Name drop.
If you want to get insight on that, you should go back and listen to Trove of the Iron Tyrant if you happen to skip it.
True, because it's good stuff. It's fun stuff.
I've totally now watched it, actually. I have now.
So yeah, you know...
It's good content.
Some of the stories about it doing that kind of stuff to the wilds and environment.
Fun. Nope. None of this. Just like immediately like Druidcraft and just pushes that all over and just pushes it into the ground. Just like, nope. Bury that.
The flaming zombie body, by the way.
Well,
No.
whatever we're going to do, I suggest we get out of this room before that explodes.
Yvalia, who has not noticed that he's that Vartosh is indicating, looks up and goes, "Oh, yeah."
There's that soft clink of bottles tapping each other as Cinnamon Bun is nuzzling into the booby trap.
No, sweetie, let's get out of here. Very bloom, very explosive.
What is that called?
I just want. What was up with the Yzma right there?
The what?
Pull the lever, clown.
That's what Marlo sounded like.
I went full Yzma.
Oh, no.
Her name escaped me, so all I could think of was Yzma.
No, you're good.
Kind of like
Kit?
Eartha Kitt, yeah. What you got in here?
forgetting that body, and it's just gonna
No way.
go up.
Yzma is Eartha Kitt?
That just hit me too.
Oh my god.
She's a legend,
lord.
dude.
Okay, but back
is
to
a
the
legend.
Way,
episode.
my dude.
Okay,
That blew my mind. I'm
The
so
crackhead
sorry.
energy.
I
The
did not
crackhead
know
energy.
that.
Actually, we're too tired for this.
Oh, man. All right.
did
Near, what
not
were you
know
saying? Before
Forgetting
you
the
were
body
3
that
times
is just, like-
interrupted.
Forgetting that body on the ground that's just like has like covered it up and is like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that anymore. That's the we ain't dealing with that. Is gonna go over, and I think this is the first time we've seen the Kruthik right now in its like actual form, because it was like transformed the entire time.
Correct, yes.
So now I'm
it
seeing it
was
going-
a water buffalo the entire time.
Just like excitedly kind of like goes up.
A child's interpretation of a water buffalo. Anyways.
I don't think I've ever seen something like this. Hello, how are you? What is your name?
Looking at like the Kruthik.
Yvalia opens her mouth to answer this question, but realizes that Nyx is a druid.
And is like actively like trying to talk to the Kruthik now. And is asking it. As she's like now speaking not actively in common anymore is.
Yeah, it goes from Nyx mid-sentence talking to Cinnamon Bun in common that you all understand, as it just slurs into those like chittering growls and everything that Cinnamon Bun also makes. And your response is Cinnamon Buns.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
They know their name. Sorry.
It's nice to meet you. Don't hit those things. They're bad. Do you want food? Okay.
Cinnamon Buns is very hungry.
Puts like hand up and is like, pleasure to meet you. Pat pat. And it's like,
I can get you food. You want food? We should probably go back that way though for food.
Okay, I was just gonna say, Vartosh just grabs like a piece of broken wall plaster and tosses it into Cinnamon Bun's mouth and steps over the tripwire and out of the room.
Oswin attempts to follow, trying his best to seem inconspicuous. Just like, come on, Nyx, keep distracting them.
ooh, friend. Ooh, friend.
We should probably get going after that, did you say it was a jester?
It had a mask on. You know, like the Harlequin masks type thing?
Oh, yeah.
And it had like wall crawled or something, because it was up near the like top of the wall.
Wow, that is interesting and much more distracting than what you were potentially going to ask me.
Yeah, I have questions.
I rolled a 2 in my deception check that my player rolled in secret. So he has decided that I'm very bad at this right now.
Oh god.
as Yvalia kind of like leads everyone out of this like trapped room, right? Because I imagine like seeing Vartosh like step over a tripwire makes her freak out because she was very close to that tripwire. Yeah. She like kind of like leads everyone into the like nearest like hangout, like I don't want to say hangout spot, like the nearest like room that might have seating.
Let's go back to Rickett's room. We can destroy it more.
Is there one that might have like an entryway into a courtyard or something like that?
There's plenty of seating to be found. Most of the rooms you passed would be various rooms where research was conducted and are littered with papers and various books all stacked up. However, the only way to the courtyard would be from the main hall on the first floor.
Oh no, not that one. Never mind. We're just gonna bring a Kruthic into like a study type room. That's all I'm saying.
There was a kitchen downstairs, I think.
Yeah, there was the dining room. Whatever we need to do, we should probably keep moving while we're doing it.
Well, we don't really know where that one person went. Do we want to go where we don't know where he is? I mean...
They were right behind me, and they didn't hurt me, so I don't think they mean us any harm.
I mean, they also didn't help us, so maybe they were hoping for the creature to finish the job for them.
Well, they can try. I think we're pretty capable.
They didn't exactly trigger the trap there, so they didn't kill us.
It's true.
Yeah, I think Yvalia is gonna lead them out to a downstairs, down to a courtyard where they can talk openly in the open air, and the Kruthic can do its thing without ruining the Covingdale Manor.
Covingdale Manor just ruining it. It's fine.
Starts eating hedges.
Landscaping's fine.
Okay.
Rickett, I had posted this in chat. Rickett definitely did want to wander off before Cinnamon Bun had arrived, to go investigate that masked person. I don't know if that's interesting or not.
Yeah, you can.
That was what I wanted to do.
Investigating where that voice came from saying you need to talk to the boss, you don't see anything from the hallway, but you could certainly go out and look for this figure.
Rickett the Lone Wolf, as he will forever now be known as, is following, because that voice echoed down the hallway saying you might want to go see the boss. And he left the study while people were talking about the body, and before Cinnamon Bun arrived. So Rickett has just kind of wandered off in the direction of that voice. Has he found the source of that voice?
Roll an investigation check.
Goodness. Oh, a dirty 20.
You don't immediately find the mysterious figure in your investigation, but following the voice, you find your way back through the manor, catching glimpses of the figure, but only through your peripherals, never getting a clear view of them, and only hearing distant sounds of the figure's voice. Going back through the main entrance, you find yourself back in front of your own room. Peering inside, you initially see that everything is where you left it after the party initially dropped in. You make your way inside, but nothing seems out of place.
I know you're in here. He's walking out with his spellbook against his chest, his wand pointed out in front of him. Well, why are you in my house? Did you lay that booby trap? Where's my family?
Then the camera slowly shifts to show behind Rickett the silhouette of a humanoid standing in the doorway. There's no response to your questions you're asking out loud, but you feel like something is right behind you.
I spin around.
You quickly turn around, wand at the ready, and are face to face with the familiar sight of the masked man that you first encountered in Haravel, standing atop the gate. He reaches into his cloak and drops a mask similar to the ones he wears embossed with the same mark that you have on your hand, what you call the symbol of heroes.
I pick it up. what does this mean? Well, why do you wear the mark of the heroes? Who are you?
This isn't simply a mark for heroes, child. This symbol has been a part of every great figure throughout the history of this land. Those bearing it are destined to change the fate of this world, for better or worse. Do not mistake this for something that shows you simply who is on your side. It doesn't matter who I am. Just know that I'm doing what's necessary to try and end the cycle of tyranny in Haravel. Not everything is as it seems on the surface.
Oh boy.
So what's your next character gonna be?
I'll start statting up my new character.
Oh no.
You all make your way out to the courtyard. There are a number of wooden benches and an ornate fountain detailed with the Covingdale family crest affixed in the center. Cinnamon Buns makes their way over to the nearby rock garden and begins devouring every rock they can get their jaws on with delight.
Yvalia just said, "Where's Rickett?"
I'm sure he's fine. It's his house after all.
Still like forgetting that she was talking to like Kruthick was like, I don't know.
Was he just here? I thought wasn't he hiding back there and he had his head? Oh, but I guess he seems.
I'm sure he's fine. It's his house. He probably just went to look for something.
If you're sure. I guess that's fine.
Maybe he went to go look for a book. Whatever those are.
True.
Then you all see from the large windows leading to Rickett's room, the masked familiar standing in front of Rickett.
How far away is he?
From where you are, Rickett is roughly 25 feet above you. You could move up to get within range to use Misty Step if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just gonna get that distance and then
She's like, oh, well, there he is. He's obviously doing something.
goes forward and just runs up and then just vanishes as like petals just disappear and then they go through the window just over to him. And then just next to Rickett, the petals just all merge together as Nyx is now there.
Yvalia leans over to Vartosh and says, "Your new friends have a lot of talents."
Yeah, she's very weird. You get used to it.
Okay.
Is he okay?
Oswin just goes,
She is?
I mean, you're pretty weird too.
Oh.
I like to think I'm whimsical.
You are near. You are.
Bamf away.
So we saw the figure in the doorway up there?
Yes, you saw the familiar masked man from Haravel standing in front of Rickett in the doorway.
Okay. Vartosh is just gonna like flick Adelaide off of his wrist and go help him. I'll be there in a minute.
Can I affect that thing in the doorway? I'm trying to hit it with fairy fire.
Ooh.
Figure is definitely in range to hit with fairy fire.
So Yvalia, she's staring through the window, and her eyes narrow. There's like close-ups on her face. You see her eyes narrow, and she looks at this figure and goes. You see that, like, I know it was like very Disney princess. You see the like wave, like the notes sort of become a wave, and as they come forward, they kind of slip through the window, and then touch on this figure and like align it in a purple light.
So you cast the spell and watch as the figure lets the fairy fire fall over them without even attempting to dodge it. The figure merely seems to take a step forward towards Rickett as they are talking.
Oh. I think we should get up there.
On it.
Vartosh runs back into the house and starts sprinting towards the stairs and gets to get upstairs.
Yvalia is following. And before she turns around and tells Cinnamon Bun, "Just stay here. We got this."
Oswin glances at Cinnamon Bun. plod along behind the others.
Everyone begins rushing to get back to Rickett, quickly tearing through the courtyard and running towards the stairs leading up to the second floor. So, Rickett, in a matter of seconds, the masked man is covered in Yvalia's glowing fairy fire. Then Adelaide comes smashing through a window behind you and takes a defensive position in front of you, ready to strike. And finally, a spiral of petals explode out around Nyx, who suddenly appears in the room next to you.
Yeah, so Rickett sees a snake flying at him, and he goes, "Ah!" And then he sees the petals turn into a fairy girl, and he goes, "Ah!"
Why are you screaming? Are you okay? Did somebody attack you?
And all these sudden jump scares, for Rickett, you lose your footing, stepping on one of the books in the floor and falling down.
Absolutely. And is he like upside down with like where I'm laying? He's upside down to me.
Oh, nice. Adelaide curls around your wand and like looks down at you and then just looks up and goes.
Hello friends, and welcome back to episode 6 of Sins of the Father, season 2. I'm your dungeon daddy, Jackson Chandler. I'd like to give a shout out to a couple new patrons we got over on our Patreon page. So thank you to Joseph Knoll, Alex White, and Celeste for supporting our show and helping us achieve our dream. If you weren't aware, we have a Patreon page and are on our way to $500 a month, which will allow us to provide our editors with a pay raise to say thank you for all the incredible work they do to make our shows shine. Don't forget to support us on iTunes. If you leave us a review, send us a copy of it to misconceptionspod@gmail.com to receive a free Sins of the Father decal. That's all for now. Let's jump into the next episode of Sins of the Father, Season 2.
Rickett, I don't want to alarm you, but there's a flaming man in here with us, and I think we should leave.
Rickett like scrambles to his feet. I not before I get my answers. You were in Haravel. The lifts. You're a terrorist.
Like, kind of like saddle up next to him to like kind of support and back him up.
Oswin, Vartosh, and Yvalia, as each of you come around this corner upstairs, you see the back of the masked figure still standing in the doorway. However, they don't seem to be emanating any hostility towards your friends that they have trapped inside.
So we just see him from the back then. Cool.
How do you have the mark of the heroes?
This used to be a mark of faith. It was something looked up to and people believed in. There's little faith in this mark to change the world now.
Vartosh grabs Yvalia's hand and raises his pistol toward this guy's back. Maybe you don't put enough in it.
I'm the only one fighting to see a true change in Haravel. The city has been corrupted for far too long. Can't you see that it's been dying these past few years? Tell me, what would you do to save the people you loved from the inevitable? Wouldn't you cross every line, break every rule? I wish to bring peace back no matter the costs, even if that means I must be seen as a villain.
The ends justify the means.
Something like that.
You gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. I think you see Yvalia, like, a shot of her face, like, very pensive.
What does dropping a piece of mobile infrastructure have to do with saving the people you love?
For too long, our pleas were ignored, so I had to take extreme measures to ensure our voices would finally be heard. Haven't you noticed the sickness spreading throughout the city? The number of people who seem to be disappearing into thin air? Haven't you ever wondered how the city is run? Where all the resources to keep their machines truly comes from?
No, we haven't. What do you mean?
At this point, Nyx is so confused. There's like question marks above her head. She has no idea what's going on.
Are you insinuating that the city's run off of human power?
What I'm saying is that those above have preyed upon those below, all in the name of their own self-interests. What have you done with your times since being chosen besides sit idly by and let evil take root in this city?
She grips Vartosh's hand a little tighter with her own very sweaty hand at this point.
No. We don't know the right questions to ask or anything. We weren't told anything. We fought the multi-eyed monster, and we saw the betrayer. Past that, we don't know why we have these symbols or what they're for.
What you have seen of the world is insignificant. There's much more at work that you have yet to comprehend. The scales were tipped by your actions against that creature, I'll admit. But now you must continue to seize your destiny and bring to this world the type of change that heroes of the past were known for. The corruption has only gotten stronger since you defeated that beast.
Well, I have a question for you, buddy. Where's my dad?
One would assume your father answered their summons to Haravel.
Seems very convenient that you showed up in my home, and now Rickett's.
Is my dad okay?
I don't even know who your father is.
Oh. Are there a lot of us with these marks?
There are a number of you scattered throughout the world. We'll have to see who is worthy of the mark.
Bartosh's grip on his pistol tightens, and he stops trembling a little bit.
What do you want with us?
Corruption is spreading through the planes of existence, and it would seem you are destined to bring an end to the potential darkness seeping into your world.
A potential darkness in your world? I already know that.
The corpse in the study. Who was responsible for creating that?
It wasn't us who created that corpse. Someone else was here before.
So you didn't take that person's life. But the people on the elevator, what did they do to deserve to die?
Those people were merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We are at war, and civilian casualties are a bitter truth of that.
You could have cut the elevator without anyone in it. There didn't have to be lives that were sacrificed.
That wasn't war. That was an attack.
You lived in this city your whole life and know nothing about how it actually functions.
No, we don't. So why don't you enlighten us? Stop speaking in riddles and tell us what's happening.
You'll have to find that out for yourself. The figure lifts up a hand and, in similar fashion to the magics you've seen both them and Rickett perform, a stained glass portal opens up in the corner of the room.
Rickett walks into the portal.
I will follow right behind him, because I'm right next to him.
If you in the hallway see just Rickett and Nyx through this portal.
Cinnamon bun, we gotta go.
Vartosh looks at the masked figure as he passes by him.
If this is a trap, I will kill you.
he walks through.
Yvalia, yeah, she like hopes she yelled loud enough for the cinnamon bun to start coming, and looks at Oswin, who has not, I assume, gone through the portal yet.
As you look at Oswin, you can see that one of his fists is kind of trembling.
I still have questions for you. I'm gonna get answers.
Oswin turns to look at you, and you see like just the hint of like shadows beginning to coalesce around him, and then they disperse.
Right.
He kind of glances at the mask, then at the portal, and then back at Yvalia, and then seems to remember Nyx, and then runs back into the portal.
She watches him go through the portal, and there's a look on her face like confusion, hint of distrust. She doesn't know. Is Cinnamon Bun coming?
Yes. I didn't want to interrupt, but yes.
Where is my cinnamon bun?
I didn't want to interrupt, but yes, Oswin goes through the portal, and then there's the scurrying of Cinnamon Bun careening around the corner.
Cinnamon Bun just
So the masked figure hasn't gone through yet. Yes, Yvalia and the masked figure, and then Cinnamon Bun running in, right? That's the only people left.
Correct, yes.
As Cinnamon Bun comes running by, she grabs onto it like it's kite in a shell and like throws herself onto it, just knowing exactly perfectly how to do this because they've been together for a while now. And looks at the masked figure as it sort of as they sort of keep galloping, and she like edges it on and stares at it as she goes through this portal.
And there's that cool cinematic cam as it goes from Yvalia to the masked figure as they're both like revolving past each other. And Yvalia,
It's the meme from what's that show? It's the meme from the Netflix superhero show. What is it called? Umbrella Academy.
Oh,
Yes.
I was thinking of the Luigi Mario Kart.
just the death stare, the Luigi death stare.
Yeah.
Yvalia, you notice that with this portal open, there is this slight like gusting of wind, and for this split second, as you ride past this figure staring at them, you see on near the edges of the mask on one side of his face, almost like purple crystal-like scars or veins etched out under the mask as you through the portal.
I think as she moves through this portal and she's like glaring at this figure, her face turns from like glaring to like questioning as it slips through the portal.
On a trip.
And our favorite rocket ship?
Favorite rocket ship. God,
I love we all went there.
Father.
And yeah.
Guys, I'm actually looking for my dad as well.
As you all are going through the portals, the camera kind of follows through the portal follows the hooded figure as he steps through the portal, and it flashes and you see it close, and then it cuts to, because you all entered separately, not all together like the first time, it zooms in on that black expanse as it's Oswin walking by himself. And you look around and see that none of your friends are here. And then there's this weird feeling in your head as you blink, air quotes, blink, being a faceless or featureless face. You blink, and suddenly it's almost as if an ethereal plane style view. It's this face you can't quite make out of a young girl holding your hand, giggling as she says, "Come on, it's this way." And you see this large, ornate-looking door with these glyphs on the sides of it. And then it cuts back to you're walking alone as you shake your head in this black expanse.
Oswin's hand is still held out as if he was gripping somebody else's. And he just kind of stares at it, covers his face for a moment, looks around trying to see if he can find anyone else. What was that? He reaches towards his chest to kind of grasp, as if grasping at something within the metal plate. And then pulls his hand away. I have to find the others. He shakes his head and tries to continue onward, or perhaps wait for if he can find Yvalia.
As he says that, and you see, he says he's looking for the others. There's that, he still had his fist clenched in anger, that one fist. And you see that black kind of smoky magic as he thinks he needs to find his friends, and you see it open up a little bit, and that black disappears as he's shifted focuses once again. And you see in the distance behind you, riding in style, Yvalia on top of cinnamon buns. As in front of you, you both see this shimmering doorway open up like last time.
As she rides past Oswin, she's holding onto a spike, like a pommel, and got her feet rested on two other spikes, like stirrups. And her she's elevated like a rider would. And she looks at Oswin as she passes, and their eyes meet. And she says, "Come on, Oswin." And then rides into the doorway.
Oswin glances at her. The person he briefly saw, I'm sure his memories of it is fuzzy already. It wasn't anyone that he's seen in the party, right?
No. You're not quite sure. It's one of those in TV shows and stuff when people have those memories but they can't quite remember the person they're dialoguing with. It's just this fuzzy, blurry, featureless face.
Like a mannequin.
Almost mannequin-like, yes. That's a good description for it.
Alright. I'm coming. Oswin says, trying to put that thought into the back of the mind for now.
And you...
Let's not give yet more ammo to Yvalia.
And you soldier forward into the portal as the camera zooms out to see you just poof into pitch black. End of episode.
Oh, that's a short one.
Dang.
Okay, then.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Next episode will be released on June 13th. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Sins of the Pod. If you aren't aware, we have a Discord channel for the Misconceptions Podcast Network where you can chat about your favorite shows and anything else nerdy with all of the crew and other friends of the show. We also launched a merch store where you can get any of your nerdy misconceptions and Sins of the Father needs fulfilled, including, but not limited to, Sins of the Father t-shirts and chibis of the Season 1 cast of characters. Just go over to misconceptionspod.com to check out everything we have to offer. If you need to contact us, you can send us an email to misconceptionspod@gmail.com. Sins of the Father is only possible thanks to y'all, so we'd appreciate it if you would spread the word about our show if you enjoy it. If you're feeling especially generous, you can always donate to us through our Patreon page. However you decide to help, we greatly appreciate you for it. Sins of the Father is an actual play podcast using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition role-playing game by Wizards of the Coast. The Sins of the Father theme was composed by Aaron Wharton. You can find more of his music at aaronwharton.net. Sins of the Father is part of the Misconceptions Podcast Network. That about covers it for now, and as always, keep rolling crits.
I'm sorry. I need to wake my dog up because she's snoring and I can hear it.
All good.
Hey, can you be quiet?
No.
There's our stinger.
Very mad at me.
There's the stinger. I'm sorry. I need to wake my dog up because she's snoring. Hey, can you be quiet? So good.
Hey, can you shut up?
Why won't you just shut up?